you are still not going to get that 14.5 because we are going to add 7.5% of it to that money. And that is what we call value-added tax. Many of us, almost all of us, we have purchased at Foodco and the rest of those supermarkets. All the things that by the time you will see fat at the end, 7.5%, and they will still add it to your cost. So that 7.5% added to your cost is not their own money too. By the end of the month, government expect them to remit that money in between the 1st and the 21st of the following month to the account. So that one is what is bear by the consumer. So the value added is that I am buying luxury things, or I am buying something that is a little bit above what middleman or slow. When you go to Buka to eat, there's no value added tax. But when you go to restaurant, there's value added. They are trying to tell you that for you to go to restaurant, you are at least a little bit more okay. So that is what value added tax is all about. And that is why for value added tax, we have some business that don't pay at all. Basic foods, it's exempted. We have others that are zero rated. So for those ones, you don't need to bother your head too much. By the time you know the line of your business, if the line of your business is not basic food, you may not need to go into that. So now let us talk about the export opportunities that we have in Nigeria now. Just like I said, that though we don't have perfect government yet in Nigeria, but the present government is still trying, working with the people that have knowledge around finance and the rest of it. Our own Professor Oyedele Taiwo, FCA, is doing a great job. And one of the things that they are doing is that they are giving opportunity to exporters. They are giving opportunity to exporters to go into business. Nigeria is being known as a dumping nation. Everything, Igishano, we are the one that we import it. Little things, we always import. But now, there are opportunities that is being opened to exporters if you are ready for it. There is nothing difficult. You just need to seek knowledge. By the time you go to Paralex Bank, they will give you the details of what you need, the breakdown. So the first thing is that look into yourself. What can you do? We have people that are exporting cocoa. We have people that are exporting shea butter. As more as it is palm, people are exporting, and we have people that are doing our fashion design and they are doing great job. Many people that are abroad, you will see them, they will be their 40th, 50th birthday, and you will see they are so okay. You'll be wondering, where did they get it from? It's from Nigeria. They actually get those things across to them. So they are already tapping into exporting. And so we have so many you can do on export. That cocoa now, even cassava. Nigeria is one of the country that is producing highest of cocoa, cashew nut, and the rest of it. So you can look into which area, and even financial service, even let me say, so I call it fintech or consulting. Myself that I'm standing here, and I have people that I do consulting for. They are not here. Some of them have not even met them before. They just, somebody gave me your number. I want to register this account. And after that, they say, do you do thing? I do. Do you do skumu? I do. And from there, they just say, okay, help us to be doing our VAT filing every month. And I never met with them. So that's also, it's an exporting pay. So it's not until, many of us, we believe that until we get to abroad, that's when we can make money in dollars. People are here in Nigeria and they are making money even in dollars. And that will even make you to even fasten your traveling now, that you are struggling to go to embassy. And at the end of the day, they are the one that will send you that, you come over here, we still have to deal with you in terms of so many. For instance, that ginger. I'm hearing that ginger is one of the highest demand for in Nigeria today abroad. So by the time they know you that this one, number one supplier of ginger, they will send you to come there. And there is market for that in US and so many places. So instead of you struggling for visa, they are the one that will send it over. Just let us know what we are doing along that. So know your passion. But after you know your passion, you have to open. There are some documentation that you need to go through. We have NEPC, we have NXP that you need to open Nigeria Export Proceed accounts. They will do that for you. They facilitate that for you. So you need to know which area. After that, you go to your bank. Bank is the most reliable source to go to. They will let you facilitate. They will help you to facilitate your papers. Sometimes you will need bits of exchange. Sometimes you will need guarantor paper and the rest of it. From there, they will put you through. But first thing is that do your feasibility. What am I good at? What are the markets that are opening? And because of that, there are some things that NCS, that is Nigeria Customs Service, they have overlooked. They won't pay excise duties on some certain things. Imagine if you want to be exporting cassava. There are some areas that if it's those people that want to import, that they are going to be having problem. But you that want to export, government will support you. We have also some loans that will be coming from other banks, but through commercial banks. So through commercial banks, they will help you. We have agricultural banks and the heads of it. So by the time you have your passion for one, you can visit the parallel banks and say, okay, I want to open an account, NXP account, so that I'll be able to go into the, we have NEPC. Sometimes you will need to open NAFDAC, you have to do NAFDAC registration. Sometimes you have to, but depending on what you are doing, if it's something that relates with drugs or food, you will need NAFDAC. But sometimes it is NAST you will need, which is what Nigeria Agricultural Quarantine Service. It depends on what you are doing that will make you. But by the time you go to bank, they will be able to relate with you that this is the area and this is the paper documentation that you will need, and this is how to go about it. So for me, before leaving now, because of our time, I want to give us just 5 things to do. Number 1, this week, try to separate your business accounts from your personal accounts. Or let me say number 1, if you don't have business accounts, open one. Or let me say number 1, if you don't have business idea, you have phone, go to AI. These are my qualities. These are the things that I like. What are the area? What are the business that I can do? Believe me, if you are collecting salary in Ibadan here, let's say you are collecting 1 million naira. Some sisters, I don't know, maybe it's me, I have some cousins, they will be targeting the end of the month. They've already know. So you cannot tell me that I don't need plan B. So think within. If you don't have any business idea, especially the youth that are here, think about it. What can I do? That's the first thing. Go to AI. Ask AI. These are the things that I do. I'm creative. Can it be a creative industry? Can it be this area? After that, open an account. When you open an account, then begin to track your record. If you don't have accounts before, open a separate account for your business. So the second week, the second assignment is to do what? Check your sales for that week and separate it. Okay, this week, this is my week. On a weekly basis, separate your business from your what? On your this thing. And then look into exports. Look into ideas. Even me, myself, I'm talking to myself now. Look into opportunities that you can get even to export. It's not compulsory that it must be a tangible product. There are some people that are into website development. There are some people that are into tech, and they are doing very, very great. You will think that some people are doing Yahoo until recently I said that it's not about Yahoo. Don't think that everybody that are pressing their system are doing Yahoo. Some are doing very neat business, and they are making. Not until one guy contacted me and he was telling me that, can I help him to be doing fat on a monthly basis? And he was telling me what he makes. I said, what do you do? And he told me, and I was like, wow. So don't just limit yourself. So think around that area, and then your opportunity that you can get, and then work towards your bank. Let your bank knows these are the things and these are the things that I'm doing. And then your tax. Don't say that, say you want to pay 100 million. No. If you have 5 employees, open a payee with or your state government. Thank God, all those things can be done online now. That was then that we always go to the bank, we'll go and fight for people every month. I will open my system. I have a date that I normally do that work. This one, I'm filing fat for him. This one, it is payee. I want to help him to pay tax. I will just list it and I will draw it. By the time you have a good network and data, that's all what you need. So talk to your consultant. This is my area of my doing. Don't wait until when government now knock your door. And by the time they expect you to pay 10 million, government will come and say it's 100 million you're supposed to pay. They will want you to come and fight back. So they will normally tell you that your tax liability is 100 million. So don't wait until that time. Begin to do your tax planning by working with your consultants. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Please just hold on. We might have some people that wants to ask questions. If you have any questions for our professional, our consultants, and just raise your hand and the mic. Okay, we already have some.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. My question is, I'm a core member. So in my CDS, Digital Literacy for All, I'm the head of mentorship and training. So whenever we go out on outreaches, informal sector, I happen to meet a woman. She's into this dry yam elubo. Yes, okay. So she she wanted me to put her through how she can export business that able to outside the country. So I wanted to sorry. So I wanted to be a kind of middleman in such because there is possibility of having more of such situation. How to help businesses help them export their products outside the country. So please, can you give me an enlightenment on that? Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Do you have a company that you are operating, like a business name or something registered aside from yourself?
It is not registered.
So that is the first step, sir.
All right.
Because anytime you want to deal in that line, it's always good that you know that it's like a contract now. You want to enter into another person. And it's always good to get it right from the beginning. So I think the first thing is that get your documentation ready. And what's your documentation? The first thing for any entity in Nigeria is Corporate Affairs Commission. So get your certificate, get your thing. So know the nature of, if you know that you have a possibility of doing another thing aside that Elubo, you can do limited liability company. If it is just Elubo, you can just pick food on what? On CAC. So that is the first thing. After that, you need to talk to Parallels Bank people. They will let you know what are the things that you need to know about exporting. You know, when we're talking about exporting now, those people that you are supplying, are they going to be paying you in Naira or in hard currency? What are the risks and opportunities that are attached to that? Because different business with their different risks. So for somebody that wants to be doing a Lubo, what are the risks and what are the opportunities that can come along this? You need to prepare yourself also ahead of any kind of risk. And this woman that you're talking about, you also need to sit down how you are going to be doing your profits. Because maybe you are going to be sharing the profits, maybe you are just going to add your own markup, and she's going to be the one that now determine her own profit. You also need to sit down to know that. But I believe by the time you talk to your bank, but first thing, I know by the time you get to bank, the first thing they will tell you is that where is your CAC certificate? That's the first thing that they normally ask you. That is when that you will now know. And the thing is that the reason why I say it's not that you cannot do this business without CAC certificate, but there will come a time that you might also need to be sending some people this thing, and then you will now need more funds. You cannot go to bank at that point and say you want to bring a fresh statement. You don't want to bring a fresh statement of account to them. It will not work because there is no way they are going to match your cash flow. So they need to build up yourself now. So by the time you begin to build your business up, by the time you want to go to abroad to supply, it will be easy. For instance, all those exporting of a thing, you cannot go them and be calling yourself Mr. Kola Wale. No, it won't work. They want to see your enterprise standing alone, while you yourself is standing alone. So from there, open your CAC, and then open a bank account. From there, ask them questions. They will tell you that these are the things that pertain to supplying of goods or exporting food abroad. So that is what I can say for now. I don't know, maybe it's cleared.
Yes.
And then the other woman, you also need to come to terms, contract terms and agreements. Thank you.
Very much.
You are welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the opportunity.
You're welcome.
There's a scenario and encounter. I'm an accredited agent for CAC. And I have 3 clients of mine that they deducted some money for they charge them on the rev portal for the tax. The threshold money is not up to 100 millions. These 3 clients, they charge them a particular amount to pay for tax. And they need a tax clearance certificate. And as a result of that, they have to pay the money. Is there an authority designated that such can be reported for that money paid to be refunded back to the company?
Thank you, sir. I want to ask, this business that you're talking about, is it enterprise or limited liability
company?
Limited liability company. One thing I want to clarify is because I'm in a rush, that you have not reached, then again, this thing that we are talking about, we know it is 2025 that started. So if you have a company that has been registered in 2021 or even before 2022, 2023, that does not remove the obligation of Buhari regime of 25 million threshold. I don't know, maybe you get, sir. So if it happened that they have not been doing their filing, or even they have registered that business in 2021, which they are supposed to be remitting tax, and they are not doing, we won't use the opportunity of now that it's 100 million under Tinubu to judge, because before you have already been under obligation since that 2 years, 3 years ago. So that will not eradicate it. That's another thing I want you to clear. If it has been the company that has been in operation 2-3 years ago, it is going to be judged according to Buhari regime, which is what? The one that has been on ground before, which is 25 million threshold. So if they have already made a turnover of 25 million and above, and they have not been paying tax, even tomorrow, if the tax authority wants to come and bring tax audit letter, they are going to, first of all, break the judgment on the 25 million and above that you have made in 2 years, 3 years ago, before they now come to 2025 and say, okay, from 2026, you are not going to be judged on that again, even though you have not yet made 100 million. I don't know, number one. Then number two is that one of the problems that we have is that I am not paying tax, so I'm not supposed to remit. It is wrong. That you are not paying tax does not mean that you must not remit. So in his own case now, you have two duties. Number one, to CAC. Is the registrar of the company. Many people use CAC and they dump them. And now they are showing people Pepe. Because last year, they delisted more than 20,000 accounts in registered businesses. I have people that someone came to me and he was saying that my son was traveling out and I've already quoted that name, that's my business. By the time they come back to me, they said it's not existing. It's not possible. I say, why is it not going to be possible? He has registered the business over 20 years ago. He never drew any annual return. I say, sir, it's two things. Is that you forgone that name or you pay all the annual return. And by the time we are going to, he said, okay, he's ready to pay the annual return. By the time we're trying to go there, the name have already been strike out. So the problem is now that we need to work back and get someone in Abuja and begin to communicate with the person. Please help us put this name back on the CRP so that we can file the annual return. After that, we now begin to file for help us reactivate. Shetiri journey with penalty. So don't wait until you have penalty. Some people will say, I just registered business name for 20,000. They say that I should pay 10,000 every year. That is the thing to pay. So that you don't have anything to pay. Government want to see it in your record. And that is why it is essential I say you should have a record. Because when you don't have a record, you cannot go to them and say, what actually happened is that I don't make that money. It's not clinical. They want to see it. They want to see it. In fact, they want us to make it electronically these days. That is why they are talking about e-invoicing. Enough of when it is time, some of us that do audits. By the time you now want to have tax audits, that's when you now carry all their invoice and begin to help them to write. Taiwo Yedele is also is an auditor, is a tax expert. And they are trying to block it. That no, we have to whom much is given, what is expected. If you are saying that you should not pay tax, then you also have to be fair with us. Don't try to hide something. So, sir, you will need to go to tax authority. You need to go there. If it is company that is registered in Ibadan here, it is either it is a secretariat, depending on where the business is located. If it is a business that is located from here up like this and within Ibadan, it's likely that it's going to be Iwo Road, but we don't call it Iwo Road again because they are now located at opposite Union Bank. I don't know. Apart from being a tax agent, are you a tax person, tax consultant?
No, I'm an accredited CAC agent.
There is two different things. I'm also an accredited CAC agent, but I'm an accountant, I'm a tax expert. It's two different things. Are you an accountant?
I'm an accountant.
Yeah?
I work with an accountant. I work with an accountant.
You still don't get it. Your certificate, okay. Do you have anything relating with ICANN, whatever?
I've answered, I said no.
Okay. You will need somebody that work in that area. Because if you want to go there to see NRS people, they can intimidate someone. If you want to go there to fight, since it is not your business, if it is your business now, you can talk on your behalf. Government have given yours, they give us self-filing. File yourself, declare yourself.
So
but
Madam,
if you are working...
Hold on. So I think what should happen is, Madam Kenny is a tax consultant. So see her. She's also an accountant. So just see her outside of this place and get it done. She will direct you.
Okay.
She's being modest. She doesn't want to sell herself.
Thank you, ma.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, ma'am. First of all, please, for the CAC portal, I will need you to help us with the link again. And I want to know, is it that when I register on the portal, will I get the certificate immediately? Okay.
If it is business name now is automatically, it is now AI that does business name. But when it is limited, they need to review it. So if it is business name, as for accredited agent, for this one that I just gave it out to you, I have not done it because you're supposed to be the one to do it yourself. If you take it to me, I will collect money because they will also charge me. They believe that I am accredited agent, so I've collected money from you. But if you want to get a free certificate that is going on, you to do it yourself. So for that one, I've not, even though somebody told me that I've gotten the certificate, but by the time he checked it online, it was showing inactive. And I don't know the reason why it should be showing inactive because it's a new business. But it's normally for me as an accredited agent, when you give me all the details now, under 30 minutes, I'll get your certificate for you automatically for business name. But for limited, I can tell you tomorrow or 2 days. So that's it. So for the link again, porter.smedan, porter, portal.smedan, SMEDAN.gov.ng. It's not actually CAC directly. It is first of all a registration with Smedan. Smedan is the entity that is in charge of small and medium enterprise. So I think from there, that's when they will now give you link to get your CAC certificate. I think that's how it's been done, but it's not directly CAC. You see that what I mentioned now is not CAC at all. It's Smedan first before CAC.
All right, that's the first one. Then the second question. Personally, I'm into graphics and general printing services. And I'm also looking at, I'm planning on going into exportation. So
Then,
I don't know, which one would you like
I will
recommend?
suggest limited for you because of that second option. If it's actually graphics work only, I would say you should go for business name. But for exports, it's more deeper. It's more deeper. So it's good to do a shareholding company. Business name does not have shareholding.
All right. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Good afternoon, everybody. My first question is on the value-added tax. At what point do we pay the value withholding tax? Do we pay at what point do we pay a withholding tax? The one we call the withholding tax that we talked about now. We say somebody pays, if I'm paying a particular amount into an account, then I'm supposed to have a withholding tax. Am I the one to withhold the money and pay it to the person's account? And then at what range of money should I do that? That's one. Then I'm into, I can't say I'm into export for now because I'm not registered. But what I do, I just send through a back door of people who are exporting fishes. I export fish abroad. But I want to have it in a larger scale of where I can now have customers, maybe like a real company. I have my company registered, but it's registered as an electronic company before I delve into fishery and farming. So right now, I don't have a fish farming that is registered, but my electronic company is registered as a normal CAC business name. Yes. So how do I migrate this business name into a limited, or should I just create a fresh one that I will now inculcate or input the electronics into that too? Thank you very much.
You are welcome, sir. So for the first question, for withholding tax, if you know that you have a client and it's a big business, or you have already made a threshold of what we are talking about now, so you are the one, before you pay that person money, that's why we say, when we say we sold something, it's like you seize something. You won't release the total money. But that money that you are not releasing, you will now ask the person to give you his tax ID. So you will now help that person to pay in that money at the end of the month. Together with all that one that you have, you will go to Ref 360. You will have login there. You will now declare that you download their form. You will declare this is the supply I made to this so company, and this is the tax ID. This is the total amount of supply, and this is what I'm withholding for this person. So help the person to credit it into his own account. Immediately you put the tax ID of that person and you pay in that money. You can even tell the person, go and check your own Ref 360. The money is there. So you are the one that will deduct it before you pay the money to that person. Let's say it's a contract. If you are the one taking the contract, the person must have deducted it. Let me break it down. If I'm a tenant and you are the landlord, I want to pay you 1 million naira. The law says that I should withhold 10% out of that money and pay you 900,000 instead of 1 million. So I will now use 100,000 naira and pay it to your own government this thing. You will now use your own tax login to go and check, and the money will be there. So that 100,000 that is now in your account is like a tax credit. By the end of the year, when you declare your own income and when you're supposed to pay tax, instead of you to now use money from your account and from your own pockets to pay, you now say, government, I have 100,000 naira waiting in your account. Use it to offset. That is for company income tax. Withholding tax is used to offset company income tax if it is limited liability company. Then the second question that you now
Before you
have.
answer the second question, let me also let you know that if you've ever done a fixed deposit with a bank before, you know the interest upon maturity of your fixed deposit, there's withholding tax there. So if you submit your tax ID to the bank, they will credit your tax ID account with any withholding tax that is accruing to you. But then, madam, if the tax ID if the individual does not have a personal tax ID, like a payee tax ID for instance, and he has a tax ID for his company, and he did a fixed deposit in his personal name, would they be able to credit his company with the withholding tax?
If the person dropped the tax ID of that business,
so he drops the tax ID of his company,
of the company,
with the bank.
whatever the tax ID that you drop is what we hit the account. Just like when I drop my account number to you and you pay in, I will see it in my account.
Okay.
So that tax ID is like account number.
Okay.
So like what madam just said now, if you happen to buy shares, some of us, we have invested in share. Every year when they want to give you the dividend, you will see the amount under withholding tax. That one is what goes to the government and it's not retained with the bank. It is actually just like also when you have electronic charges, you also see VAT. All those VAT, bank also collect it at the end of every month and they pay it to what? Into accounts.
Then you also talked about your electronic company and your export company. So, you know, Pastor has been talking to us of late for us to be part of some associations, to be part of some movement and all that. So what that means is that for you to even be part of maybe like exports, they have this export, what's it called, that you can be a part of. You have to have done it right. An electronic company can never be an export company. Even if you open the electronics company maybe like 10 years ago where you have everything, you do everything. But for the purpose of the business you are doing or the business you want to go into, it's better to start right from the scratch. So that even if somebody has to make a case on your behalf, there's record, there's genuity for that person to be able to make those, those cases on your behalf. So you need to register. If you are going into export, if you have done it maybe in proxy and you think you understand it to a particular extent that you want to start, then you need to start right. And you start right by registering the proper account for it. Because that's what is going on. A lot of times when we go abroad, you see that when somebody says that his company is into logistics, that is logistics the person will do. He cannot move into, and who says that you cannot have logistic company, have export company, you can have all the companies. But in this part, you find out that one company is even doing medical, is doing construction. The same company is a medical company, is doing construction, is doing. So this time around, we're trying to separate it so that the business you say you are doing is the business you will do. Because the kind of taxes that will hit a construction company is not the same that will hit a medical company. Because the medical company will probably have a lot of concessions. But a construction company will not, because it is deemed as a luxury kind of business. You understand?
Thank you, madam. So that is the reason why the business name now, when you want to register it, they will just say, pick one. Unlike before, that my friend, gold, car, shoe and bag, clothes, everything. It's not acceptable again for business name. Okay.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Akanji. If we continue,
Okay.
they will
They
continue.
will continue.
Mrs. Akanji is still here, and we can ask her.
Let him just quickly. Maybe last question.
This is the last. Okay.
Okay, thank you, I don't actually have any question. I just looking at we having your contact because personally I would like to engage some of the services you render. So if that's possible.
Okay. 070. Let me know when you are ready. 070 33 85 5325. Is that okay? 33 85 5325. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much. Please let's give her a hand of applause. Thank you so much. Okay, before I call the next presenter,
Opeyemi Akanji, that's my name. Thank you.
before I call the next presenter, I would like to ask a question. If you are here for the career fair, just raise your hands, let me see. If you are here for the career fair, the interview, kindly indicate, let me see. Okay, there is a seat at the back. Move to that seat. We want the interview to start immediately. So before I call the next presenter, we will have a short interlude. We'll play a short video. So at the same time, if you are here for the interview, just move to the back. There's a chair or there are seats waiting for you.
One decision, one courageous step at a time. At Parallax Bank, we believe every ambition deserves a trusted partner. That's why we stand beside people from every walk of life, supporting their dreams, empowering their ambitions, and helping them live a truly limitless life. Every morning, across our nation, millions of people wake up carrying something invisible: hope, purpose, ambition, the determination to build a better tomorrow. Because tomorrow is built by people who refuse to stand still, people who keep believing, even when the journey isn't easy, people who choose possibility over limitation. At Parallax Bank, we celebrate those who dream, those who build, those who inspire, those who remind us that the future belongs to those bold enough to create it. Tomorrow doesn't. Parallax, be limitless.
Hello, thank you so much. Our next presenter will be taking us on one of our digital platform. And Mr. Abdullahi, please come and take us on. You just have 5 minutes because of time. Thank you so much. 5 minutes. You need to stick to time.
All right, thank you. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the living Jesus. Are we dull? I don't know. I think I'm seeing the esteemed pastors there. Praise the Lord. Forget my name is Abdullahi. Forget. Praise the Lord once again. All right, thank you for having me here. Malga, should I go ahead? All right, thank you, ma. All right, my name is Abdullahi. I'm a storyteller. I'm going to tell you a story before we talked about the reason why I'm here. Please, the market woman or the market woman, if you are here, please come forward. Any market women we have here, please come forward. So, and this is my story. My mom used to sell salt, flour, and so many other things close to the market. But before she started, she observed the market and tried to understand what can she sell so that she can make more money. However, she has a little capital to start this business. And then she doesn't want to go to the bank to go and get a loan first because she needs to understand the business and the market itself. So the first thing is to call my dad to say, please, Eyamilogo, I want to rent a shop. And my dad dropped a token of money for her to rent a shop close to the market. After renting the shop, she started selling salt, only salt alone, no sugar yet. She gets a bag of salt, Dangote salt that year. I think Dangote salt was $3.50 that year. So what she does is to break it down. She won't sell in bag because it's just only one bag, right? So she has to do Congo and then paints, then another cups. So she now realized that these people measuring it are making money. Then there's not this package then. We don't have those package under the sachet. No. So they have to pour it in the nylon, tie it and sell. And they are making a lot of money. So she starts with that idea. After she understood the business, luckily for her, my brother, after his school in Oyo State, so came home with a friend that works in the port authority, close to Dangote. So the person that person is reporting to is the one in charge of salt. Luckily for my mom. That's why I said, praise the Lord. You won't understand where I'm coming from. Right? So she now said, what's mommy selling? That this day she will wake up in the morning, rush to the market to go and share salt. So my brother now explained to him. And I said, my God, deal with this thing. So after a week or thereabouts, we have about 300 bags. So she become a major dealer in that market. So people came and they were buying credit. Don't forget she started getting it in credit and little amount of money. So then the allergy started looking to her. We started getting 1,000 bag, 1,500, 2,000. We never even knew that Alaji himself is also a distributor inside Dangote. So Alaji is banking inside the bank, right? So that is how my mom has a big shop. And then everybody, through that, she sent us to school. Praise the Lord once again. So why am I saying this? For every business to excel, you need to understand the dynamics of the business before we now go to the bank. First, now integrity. If you look at all these banners, we have school support loan, we have personal loan, we have Paralex salary advance, we also have the classic business loan. And I believe the reason why I've called the market women, because I know they will need this part, the classic business loan. But before the bank will give to you, we need to see your collection pattern. We need to see how you collect your money. Some of you today collect money in cash. If you collect money in cash, bank does not understand how you run your businesses. And that is what my guy was saying earlier on. Until you use the tools, the digital platform of the bank. Somebody wants to make a payment to say transfer to this Paralex Bank account. I'm with my card, use Paralex Bank POS. Did you get what I'm saying? That is when bank will understand how you perform your transaction and the reason why we should give you this loan, which is up to 10 million naira. Even though we encourage you to share with us your other bank's information, but it will be good if you have Paralex Bank account today and you start using the platform. So today, for us in Paralex Bank, I manage the POS part of it, which is free for your businesses. Not only for the business, even for the church. I hear when pastors say that there should be AC here, generator, and every other thing. Yes, we powered it. But some form of collection has to pass through this process. then the bank will say, don't worry, we can finance, even though we know the people that know somebody that can drag them. But as a messenger as well, I also need to go and say, yes, this church, we need to deal with them because they are using our tools. All right. So, having said that, market women, you need this platform so that we can support you on child support loan, school loan. We can also support you for people collecting salary. If you have given them your Parallax bank account, the kind of business you do, they use it to make payments. You can get a loan. Sometimes when I'm in zero, I spend my money because I don't know how to spend money, right? So sometimes I finish spending my money, I will dash into the salary account. I will borrow, let's say, 200,000 naira before my payday will come. So these are the things we are encouraging you, ma and sir, to use the platform so that the trend of how your spending pattern looks like, it is what the bank will say you are eligible for this part of the loan. And we believe that for every business to strive in Nigeria, you need a support. And that support is the bank, right? So for the POS, back to the POS, it's free of charge. We'll give you the paper. The SIM card inside is also free data, and we roll over. Well, the POS is down there. If you need the POS right now, we'll give it to you. We set it up and we'll give you the POS for you to use for your businesses. If you are selling clothes, maybe you just run a mini shop, you're a fashion designer and the like, we'll give you the POS. Maybe you are also into cake and other conventional business, we'll give you the POS device. All the bank wants to know is that you are using those devices. Then, personally, we advise you to say, man, we've seen your transaction. Come and take a micro loan. It could be 2 million, it could be 3 million. Without cutting off your head to say, go and bring your grandpapa, whatever. Except you are going to 10 million. That is where we now tell you, you need a form of collateral for this. But for you using this platform, we can see and we can call to tell you these are the benefits you have. For the charges, I know you can be wondering, how much will you charge me for using this transaction? For every transaction you've done on this POS, let's say 10,000, let's say 5,000 naira, we only charge you 25 naira. So if you do 10,000 naira, we only charge you 15 naira. However, when we see your transaction as it goes, we also can bring down the price because we can see that you're a major guy using the POS. We can also customize this POS for the church use, put in the church logo if the church wants. Currently today, we are working to ensure that SPs is being accepted anywhere you go. For those of you that have SPs, and then you can go to Yabasira and you find out there's Parallax Bank POS and you have money in your SPs you want to spend. We are working with the technology guys, I think Dick and Yi, we're almost through to ensure that every part of the bank and the church, we flow together and we are part of you. That is why we are here. Thank you very much. Any question?
Thank you, Mr. Abdullah. We will have a general question after the next presenter. Okay, Mr. Fred. Mr. Fred will also take us on the second leg of the digital platform, and he will tell us what we have in stock, what you can do with the mobile app, with the USSD, as well as some of our other platforms.
Good afternoon. Apologies, please. All protocol duly observed. And I want to sincerely thank the zonal pastor, Christ Embassy members, Ibadan, for giving me the opportunity to be here today. Thank you very much. So my name is Frederick. I'm from the digital space. So in the next 5 minutes, I'll be running through all of us here what we do in digital and how digital banking in Prowler's Bank can help our everyday businesses, our everyday affairs from anywhere, anytime, from your comfort zone, you can bank. So today in digital banking, we have a whole lot of products. If we hear about the mobile app, it's from digital banking. The USSD, our code is star 1242. The debit card, the one we popularly known as ATM card. We have MasterCard, we have Verve, we have AfriGold. Then the corporate banking. The corporate banking is for business owner where you can access your account from your comfort zone. Then we have the POS, which my colleague has spoken about. We have the diaspora banking for Nigerians living outside the country. We have our remittance, we have our Western Union. So I'll quickly run through what we did. Today, most of us here today, we don't have accounts with Prowler's Bank, though we are fully there. We are opening accounts and we are getting our card instantly. So today, you can open an account on the mobile app today from anywhere in the world. You can open an account, you can request a debit card, and our debit card will deliver it to your address at no cost. In as much is within the 4 corners of the country, we deliver your debit card to you free at no cost. But card request comes with the mandatory 1,075 naira. Today on the app, we have a whole lot of things you can do on the app. You can request for your card, you can book for your flight ticket, and another unique feature there is that you can buy your SP today on the app. So we want to get, we know we are in a kingdom, and in the kingdom we have every item we need. We have our currency, which is the SP. So most of us here today, they keep asking, how do I get SP? So there is SP purchase on the app where you get your SP. You can go to your other SP platform and go and spend. So today, we've put that on the app where, you can do that. Also today, the good thing is that once you open an account with us today, for the next 30 days, you'll be enjoying 5 free transfers on the app for the next 30 days. And on your birthday, also, all your transactions, the transfers are free. You get to enjoy 5 free transfers on every of your birthday in as much you are on the mobile app today. So, having said that, we have bills payments, we have data purchase. You can pay for your electricity, Ibadan electricity, either prepaid or postpaid. You can also subscribe for your TV, Go TV, USSD, Start Time, every other one today. So now the USSD is open because for the app, for you to use the app today, you need to have data to use the app. But for USSD, you don't need data. So the USSD, you can use it in any phone. The feature phone that have this popular name, the one they call Palasa, you can use it without, the data. And we've done a whole lot of things also. Today, we just launched an in-house salary advance loan. So we are going to extend it to the ministry, where every member, in as much as your account is domiciled in Prowler's Bank, you can be able to get salary advance loan, which means I can get 40% of my salary. At the end of 30 days, I liquidate, then I get another one. Also, we are launching a nano loan. Nano loan basically is for the students. Today student needs 50,000. I want to quickly I want to buy textbooks, or I want to type my project. We will do that. So for the corporate today, For the corporate mobile app, we just launched corporate mobile app. It's on the store. For Android users, it has been deployed on the store. But for iOS, we are still awaiting Apple to approve that. So the corporate is for business owners. Before now, we don't have a app for corporate internet banking. But we have the app today. It's on the Play Store. It's white, Parallels Bank, but you see it's in white color. That will take care of corporate businesses. You can request for your POS. My colleague has said it. The POS is free. We deliver it to you free, and it is instant. If you have your business and you don't have a POS now, our POS are there. We will activate it for you immediately. It will start. But if you don't want to get it here, you can request it from either the corporate mobile app or the retail mobile app. Free. We will deliver that to you. Also, for classic business loans, for business owner, the classic business loan is there. That's a minimum of 5 million. We can also request for that. Your checkbook also. So the digital banking today in Parallels Bank, we've done it in such a way that you don't even need to move out from your comfort zone. Just stay in your house. Every other transactions are there. Just click on the retail mobile app, the corporate mobile app. Keep, enjoying seamless transaction across all your various businesses. So we have our branch here. That's a good thing. So for further inquiry, you want to know more about that, you can visit our branch where the partnership managers there will furnish you with all the necessary information. Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll be taking questions.
So there will be a general questions, yes. Thank you, everyone. Please, can we all sit down so that it will be a little bit coordinated when they are sharing the things, so that we won't miss anybody. Please, can we start sharing the souvenirs? Please, everybody, come and sit down. Usher, please, can we reduce the noise at the back? Everybody should come and sit down, please. Our last presenter will be taking us on the various loan products that we have, the opportunities that we have, the school support loans, we have the Paralex loans, the auto loans, the term loans, the working capital loans, the classic business loans, as well as some other loans, value chain, your LPO, your invoice discounting, your contract finance, distribution financing. We have all those services. Those facilities are available in Paralex. So Deacon Ebenezer, sir, come and take us on our loan products. Thank you, sir.
Praise the Lord. Good afternoon once again, everyone. And thank you for listening to our presentations thus far. Please, do I have our attention, please? Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, again, like my other colleagues, I'd like to thank our highly esteemed zonal pastor for giving us this privilege to address our very highly esteemed pastors, deaconry, and brethren in Ibadan Zone 1. Now, my other colleagues have brought to us various solutions, various products, various offerings we have from Paralex Bank. And I can tell you our offerings, they are better in so many respects than what you have out there, because we are specially put together to make things better for our customers. Now, I'll be speaking to our offerings in terms of accounts, in terms of loan or support. Now, we've had our digital offerings. The purpose of the digital offerings is such that nobody has any limitation in doing business with us. I'm sure when you heard our promo that went, it says Parallels Bank, be limitless. It is limitless banking, because you can bank with us from any part of the world at any time during the day, and you can do your transactions very seamlessly and without limitation. Okay, so I'll be speaking to, if you look around me on the stage here, we have some of our loan products that we are now on display. To my right here, we have a school support loan. For many of our people that you have a school or educational services business, our bank can support your business with a loan amount of up to 50 million uncollateralized. Praise God. I think we should clap. I don't know how many banks can give you this kind of opportunity. Up to 50 million uncollateralized. We just need to know the cycle of your business. We need to know what that business do, and we can make it available, particularly this period that school will be resuming very soon. School business owners, you want to do an upgrade, you want to buy.
Praise the Lord. Please, can we reduce the discussion? There's so much noise going on. Important thing that being said, it's important for you to hear what they're saying at this time, please.
Thank you, Pastor. They want to do an upgrade, you want to buy a new asset, you want to do something that will enhance, your capacity. We can support you along that line. We also have, to my left here, we'll see term loans, working capitals, overdrafts. These are for fairly big businesses. You want to buy an asset that is, or even a working capital. It can be structured as term loans or structured as overdraft. Of course, we can give you facility up to 10 billion, depending on your capacity. Yes. We can give you facility up to 10 billion. Now, to a little bit forward there at the back, we see Paralex personal loan and salary advance loan. Now, personal loan is for salary income earners. You have a regular salary that you get, you want to take, you need something you want to do. You can take a loan that you can pay over up to 24 months. And we can give you up to 10 million on personal loan. Then we have a salary advance. A salary advance is a short time. You just need something that you can pay back within the same month. So we look at what is available on your income and we make it available to you up to 30% of your net income. So, and up to 50% actually of your net income. And we can make it available as an advance. And it's up to a maximum of 5 million. We also have that available. Same way, at the back there, we can see some of my colleagues have mentioned it before now. Paralex Classic Business Loan. This is a facility specially designed to SMEs, people who are doing daily businesses with daily cash flow. And we can avail up to 10 million, also uncollateralized. And I can tell you that our interest charges, interest rate is very competitive. You know, I dare say it's one of the lowest in our space. Anybody offering this kind of service, because like I said, part of our philosophy is to help people grow up and reduce their burden of borrowing. So we have this and many more. Of course, we have products for our esteemed Madam Okoyemi Akonji spoke about export. So we have things for export financing. We have things for import financing, you know, for your trade businesses. We have so many products and services that are available and tailored to your business. So when you think banking, we want you to think Paralex. Because with Paralex, you have limitless possibilities. I want to thank you very much for listening. Now, if we have questions, we can ask our questions in the different areas that have been spoken to us, and we'll have our people respond to them. Thank you so much. Somebody is raising up.
Good afternoon, everyone. My question is going to be quite brief. I wanted to know, because when the other lady was discussing about CAC, I wanted to know about a holding company. When someone creates a holding company that owns other company, and that person wants that holding company to become an entity, whereby the person who created that holding company becomes anonymous. Does that have to do with the same process as CAC and the government?
Please, can I have the question again?
All right. So the question I'm asking is that someone wants to create a holding company, right? And that holding company owns other business ventures, tech, medical, agriculture, and the person who is creating it wants that holding company to become a private entity, whereby the owner of that holding company becomes anonymous. Does that person follow the same process as the CAC?
Yes. So normally, when you are having series of companies and you want it to be under a particular holding so that it will have group of company, something like that, what you are talking about. It's still CAC. CAC is the registrar of company in Nigeria. Everything we have to go back there. We have what we call post-incorporation services under, there is pre-incorporation, there is post-incorporation. So the first thing is actually the name that you want to use, that you want other companies to be under it. You first of all reserve it. After reserving it, that's when we now go to post-incorporation and put everything together under a name. And definitely, except for the purpose of lifting of the veil of incorporation, the owner of the company are almost anonymous, but by the time you want to make some, maybe they want to dig deep to see what is going on, maybe they discover that the company is being used for dubious reason. That is why they will now begin to make mention of the name. And that's the essence of registering your company. It makes you to be different from your company. So your company is standing and you are standing alone. So automatically by the time you register your company, normally it is your company that people know, not you. So by putting it together, you even make it to be hidden more, because if you are now using a private company that you are having maybe 2 or 3 shareholders, until somebody have your article of association, nobody will even know who owns that company. So automatically by the time you have a company, nobody know whether it's Adekunle Adeniyi that owns that company. You are already anonymous. So for that OD, you go back to CAC. It's the CAC that we still put the name together under one group of companies.
Another question. The tax, when the company is filing, when the holding company is filing for a tax, does the tax go through the holding company, or it goes separately through those companies that under that company?
As far as registration of company is concerned, the only tax that you pay as our point of registration is stamp duties. If it is a company, if it's a business name, they don't pay tax. But if it is a company, you pay stamp duty. After that, every other tax goes to NRS. Every other tax goes to NRS. But when you are just registering the company, you pay what we normally call stamp duty. And stamp duty, it depends on the number of shares that you are going to have. For instance, if you are registering a 1 million share capital, the stamp duty you are going to pay is lesser compared to when you are opening 10 million share capital. So there is always a percentage of the amount of shares that you are having that goes to stamp duty. So every other tax like CIT, VAT, all those ones, they go to FRS. Even that stamp duty still go to FIRS or NRS, but it is through CAC that you pay that as at the point of registration. It's only stamp duty. Every other one is NRS directly.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, Pastor Sir. Good afternoon, church. My name is Chika Eric from Akobo Church. I have 2 questions. One is related to what is said. So you have a major company and there are groups of companies under that one company. So the question is, in terms of tax payments, are the individual companies going to be paying tax, or the group company will be paying one tax to comprise all the companies under it? That's one. Then the second question is regards the loan product. I want to know the requirements for a business, a limited liability company. What are the requirements for a working capital loan and the classic business loan? Thank you very much, sir.
The requirements for term loans, working capital loan, requirements are simple. Of course, you will expect you to have an account. We expect you to have, your account will have a history. You see, part of the things the bank, who is a lender, wants to know is the capacity of the person that wants to borrow. What is your capacity to pay? So we'll need your bank history. It will help us. We need your audited financial information. It will help us to know, to determine your capacity. Then, of course, what is the purpose of this facility? What do you want to use this thing for? Are you buying an asset? Because buying an asset can also be a form of working capital because it can improve your either your sales or your production capacity. So we want to know what is it that you want to do? You want to be able to buy more raw materials so that you can be able to do more and sell more. So we want to know all of these things. Then of course, what is the collateral that we back this? By the time we have this discussion, we will know whether this working capital support, it will be as a term loan or as an overdraft. A proper structure that will make it easy on the customer to pay back. You see, because the interest of the bank when we are giving you facility is what will be most convenient for you to pay back. See, that is our interest. So that is that one. Now, like I said, this term loan and working capital can be up to 10 billion. So it can be a large amount of money. Okay. Then the classic business loan, the same way like this one, is just that because it's a smaller scale loan, we also need to know your banking history. We want to be able to determine your capacity. You see, because if the sum of the business you are doing is, say, for example, 1 million, you cannot come and say you want to borrow 2 million or 5 million. It's beyond that person's capacity. That loan will put the person in trouble. So we need to look at your business volume to determine the capacity that that business can accommodate. And based on that, we'll determine the amount that we will give. Then we'll follow it up. That's where we support, like my colleague Abdullah said, we support with collect. We give you POS, we make different collection platform available so that you are able to, so that somebody walks into your business place, it comes with cash, you do business. It comes with card, you can do business. It comes with transfer, you can do business. You know, because some people, when somebody doesn't have cash, they say, they can't sell. But no, we bundle all that together so that you won't miss any sale opportunity. So that's so classic business loan, the conditions are very simple. We just want to know your business volume. Of course, you must be doing business at a location. That is where we'll visit your shop, we'll visit where you are doing business and be sure that your place of business is okay. Then we can deal on that. It's very simple facility.
Okay. All right. Let me also say that the working capital is actually for medium, large corporations. And these are corporations that we believe already have some sort of structure. You know, the classic business loan is for if you don't have so much structure, but these ones they are more specialized for organizations that have structures, in addition to what he has said. So I want to speak to the holding company. I know we've gotten 2 questions on holding company. A holding company will pay tax, depending on how it is set up. Now, most times, holding companies are set up to receive revenue from the subsidiaries. So the subsidiaries are the ones that are actively doing the business, while the holding company is receiving revenue or profit or dividend or whatever from the various companies. So what the holding company will pay usually has to do with capital gains tax and all those sort of tax based on revenue generated, while the other companies at the base, the companies that are actually doing the active business, the operations, will pay the usual taxes that they always pay. So having a holding company does not mean the holding company will pay on behalf of everybody, no. Because in CAC, there are different entities, you understand? But their structure, the their purposes are different. If a holding company is set up to also do active operations, then it will pay taxes in addition to the taxes it will pay for holding company. You understand? So a holding company does not pay tax on behalf of everybody. The way it pays tax on behalf of everybody is when everybody has submitted their revenue to the holding company, based on what is sent, the holding company will pay tax. But the operational companies will still pay the usual taxes that they pay.
Thank you, sir. My question, I have two questions. One, do we have anything like LPO financing? And what are the conditions for this? Number two, do we have anything like a pension scheme for pensioners, so that you can put your staff on parallels pension scheme if you look at the conditions and are preferable than other, conventional banks? Thank you.
Okay, so as a bank, we do not have a pension scheme. However, we can always direct you to our, what should we call them now? We'll call them our friendly partners. We can always direct you to our friendly partners to help you set up that for your staff. Now, LPO financing, we do LPO financing, right? And it depends on who the counterparty is. Remember, in LPO financing, there's still performance risk, right? He talked about invoice discounting. In invoice discounting, you've already done the job. You submitted your invoice for payment. You are just waiting for payment, right? We can discount up to 70% of the invoice if we are discounting invoice. And we will not require from you any collateral. However, in an LPO financing, if the counterparty is a category A counterparty, we might go about it without any form of collateral. When we say category A, we are talking about a mobile, a shell, and we're also looking at a particular amount. If it's not more than 100 million, you will go about it without a collateral. But once it is above 100 million, we will require from you additional collateral, because we are dealing with performance risk. If we give you the money and you do the job and the counterparty rejects the job that you have done, that means that the bank is exposed. But we are able to do that with category A counterparties within the limit of 100 million. So we do LPO financing.
Okay, so in addition to that, so there are so many other products that I didn't mention. Like she said, LPO financing, invoice discounting. We have distribution finance. You are a distributor to a major FMCG companies. Maybe in cement, in flour, in general goods. We have facility either as overdraft or term loan up to 500 million that we can give to such a business. Our invoice discounting is up to 200 million. You have done the job, you are awaiting payment. We can make it available. And we can also make it available in the currency of the that you have done the job, that you will receive payment. For example, if you do, some of us, they do business contracts, the payment is in dollars. We can give you this facility in that same currency as well. So it's the currency of your receivable, we can give you the facility in that same currency. If you are servicing the oil companies, and even we can do it beyond the 100 million or 200 million, but like she said, depending on the categorization of the contract issuing company. That is what we work with. Do we have more questions? Yes.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the awareness so far. Okay, so I want to ask, in addition to the questions that have been asked before, um, is the working capital loan open to NGOs? I mean NGOs. And also, what is the requirement for the overdraft? I mean overdraft with Paralex Bank. What are the requirements and what are the conditions for overdraft? Thank you.
Okay, like I said, working capital is open to, it depends on your kind of, you see, it is your business. What is the purpose of the loan? Where is the repayment source? So, where is the repayment coming from? What are you using the loan for? What is your history before now? Those are the things that will guide us in determining how much we will give you and the other conditions. So, those are the things that determine. So, it is broad. We can give different levels of businesses.
Thank you so much, Deacon, sir. In addition, NGOs are not allowed to take facilities. It's a non-governmental organization.
It depends. In a case where an NGO, yeah.
If your constitution or whatever allows, those are also some of the things
Yes,
we'll look at.
that's what I want to
Yeah,
say.
the
They are
legal
registered as
construction
limited.
of the
So it depends. I've seen where an NGO collects facilities from other banks because the registration, they are registered as limited. And the repayment source is well stated. So that's why I asked, in case I have someone outside asks me, so this is your Paralex Bank, can they? So I'll be able to answer because I've seen where other banks give facilities to NGOs. That's why I asked the question. If it's also likely, applicable to Paralex Bank. Thank you.
Okay, ma, I just want to strike a balance. You know, there is what we call limited by guarantee. So when you say it is registered as limited, that's limited by guarantee. It's a slight difference between NGO and limited by guarantee. Because they allowed limited by guarantee to operate business. Just that you are not going to be sharing the profits.
Yes.
But NGO is not allowed, it's not permitted to do business. It's just for charitable purpose.
Yes, ma. That's why I said it because it's registered as.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so in addition, usually there's something called the MEMAT. There's something called the MEMAT. That MEMAT is a lot broader than just a name. It goes specifically to state what you are allowed to do and what you are not allowed to do. For any business to take a loan, any business at all, the question is, are you profit driven? Where will the return for that loan come from? It means you have to first break out of the cost. Every loan is a cost element. How do I pay the cost, make enough money to now do a repayment? So there has to be that balance between what you do and when it's a humanitarian service. There are things that cannot work as functional cash flow. For instance, I promise you I will donate 20 million to your NGO. That is not a cash flow. You can't use that for cash flow projection because I might relegate on that promise. But if you tell me, aside from running a humanitarian service, we're also involved in financial services that we render to the unbank. We manage aggregator scheme. We also enlighten people and they pay for a service. We have about 1,000 people that we are training and this is how much they pay. On this basis, you can now approach a bank and say, we have a steady flow of cash. This is how we make money. This is how we will repay the money back. Thank you.
Maybe that should be the last question. Afterwards, we'll.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
I just want to ask, because as we're on my way coming here, a sister in church actually gave me some words, what I should which I'm going to learn from here and feed that back. Actually, she has a business and she's looking at assessing facility from the bank. Now, I'm hearing that, first of all, you have to, of course, have an account with the bank and then have credit history, right? So, for how long would someone who has a business already, because she was already doing business, she's doing very well in her business, for how long does she have to bank with Paralex Bank before she will be able to access this facility?
Okay, that's very simple. You can open account with us today and start discussing credit facility on Monday. So, yes, what we do is, what about your your history with other banks? You bring it to us. Based on that, we can do business with you. Pending, well, of course, and we expect that business you are doing with the other bank, you will now translate them to Paralex going forward. Thank you. Thank you so very much for listening. I'd like to call on our colleague Morenike, is the branch manager of our Ibadan branch. She'll be giving us a vote of thanks.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, esteemed. My name is Morenike Agu, and I'm the branch manager of Paralex Bank, Ibadan branch. Thank you very much for the honor. Thank you. On behalf of the management of the bank and the staff, I'm here to express our gratitude to our esteemed pastors, esteemed deacons, deaconesses, Paralex friends and family, special guests. We thank you so much. On a Sunday afternoon, you still made out time to turn up. We are really, really grateful. We are truly grateful. Thank you so, so much. I'm sure we all had fun. Like my colleague said earlier, our branch is located at Abayomi bus stop at Iwo Road. Is the finest structure on that road, Paralex Bank. So we share the same fence with Aroma Restaurants. You can walk in at your convenience to inquire more about the bank. We'll always be available to have you around. Thank you so, so much. We are grateful. My name is Morenike Agu. You may wish to have my contacts. 081 339 72621. I'm always here to serve you. Thank you.
Thank you, Morenike. She'll be here after this meeting. Thank you so much, Pastor Sir. We are done, and we'd like, please let's stand and give Pastor. Thank you so much, Pastor Sir. We love you from Paralex. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. We are still around. You can meet us one-on-one, and we'll share contacts with you and also have discussions with you. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Let's share the grace. May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the sweet communion of the Holy Spirit rest and abide with us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please, photograph, cameraman. Media department, camera. Please, can we have camera for photograph? arrange also. Are we okay? Go ahead. Let me see what they're shooting.